tell me what the worst job you had before acting was?
Making Whoppers at Burger King, definitely the worst job I ever had. Because if you're 16 and don't have great skin anyway, sitting over the Whoppers all day, it reeks hell.
Can you eat a Whopper anymore?
No.
I didn't think so. And now for this one, what's the weirdest military lingo you learned while making the movie?
Oh, there's so much Orwellian language, you know. Signature strikes and proportionate damage. You know, I mean, the military has skillfully learned to use language to disassociate emotions from what it is they have to do sometimes. And it's very helpful, I think, in training to help people try to see the overarching perspective and not get caught up in their own emotional feelings, which can be misguiding.
Now, I know your stepbrother is in the military, right? Mm-hmm. Have you shown this to him?
He hasn't seen it yet. He won't like it.
No?
I don't think so, no.
Did he give you any pointers before going into it?
Oh, yeah. Well, he gives me pointers about everything. I mean, no, it's kind of funny. We both are incredibly fortunate in that we both get to do what we love and feel called to do, you know. And when we were younger, he went to the military right out of high school, and the fact that he's been successful at it teaches me how smart the military is, because he's the kind of person, he's my big brother, so I can speak honestly that he's the type of person you would want leading men in these situations. He's incredibly ethical and incredibly intelligent and a true born leader. So the fact that he's done as well as he had, he's a Green Beret and he's a colonel, and it means that they're smart over there.
Can you tell me a little bit about reuniting with Andrew on this movie? Has anything about his process or style changed over the years?
One of the things that he's just gotten smarter. You know, I mean, I worked with him on his first film and on Gattaca, and it was such an incredible experience because the writing was so good, and he was learning how to be a director, and I was learning how to be an actor. And now the voice is still, he's such a great writer, and he just has a lot more experience as a filmmaker. He knows how scenes are going to cut together. And back then, he didn't really.
What kind of notes did he give you when you were shooting the scenes where you're actually piloting the drones? Because Zoe just told me that you guys didn't have any visual references while you were there on set.
Mm-hmm. The best thing he did is have real drone pilots on set there to talk us through and make us feel confident that we didn't look like idiots.
Is there anything specific that you learned from those drone pilots that really helped you shape this character at all?
Definitely. I mean, whenever you can have I always think that audiences can smell authenticity. They can smell whether or not you know what you're talking about. You know, and that's the key is we had to know what all these buttons do and what all this does and read certain things and know it. And then you believe yourself. It's the same reason why, like when you do a movie like Training Day or any of the cop films I've done, why you want to do ride-arounds and get to know police officers and work in that context, because you just believe yourself. And if you believe yourself, then you can bring the audience with you. And I always think audiences smell when you don't know what the hell you're doing.
And now to wrap up, I wanted to ask about a possible upcoming project. And I felt silly thinking of this question first because Boyhood 2, I mean, you never know. Yeah. But then Richard Linklater said in an interview that he actually started to come around to the idea and that seeing someone through their 20s could be really interesting. So has he approached you about that at all?
No. I mean, I feel that Boyhood was so unique, and the reason why it works is because it actually does have a beginning, middle, and end. All of us Americans understand the grid of 1st through 12th grade. And it's the one time in our life where we're all on the same grid, and then high school ends and we're shotgun blast into our lives. And so I think Rick is open to anything, so he's kind of misleading you to say that. He'd think about doing anything.